What is up, homies? Welcome back to another trailer reaction from Heroes Reforged. We are watching, unbelievably, the first trailer for Coyote versus ACME. First of all, I'm like super excited to just have any combination of Looney Tunes characters being made at all, but being in a movie, like a big budget movie, is also incredible. So I'm really excited to see this thing.
Yeah. I mean, huge props to whoever made this happen. Was it Ketchup, the artist? Was it the actors? Was it whoever it was? Huge props because this looks. I caught the teaser too, and it looks good. Like it looks really good. It looks like what a Looney Tunes live action hybrid movie should be in 2026. Like we had the Space Jam days where, you know, it was very Space Jammy, and we had a couple of other ones that didn't really hit as well. I mean, they have a fandom, but they weren't like huge like Space Jam was. And then this looks like a step up, like a nice little they leveled up a little bit. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this.
It's always been that like the gold standard, the top of this mountain has always been and always will be Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I remember since we did grow up with the original Space Jam, that was a phenomenon. But looking back, it's like, that's not a good movie per se. It's just like a nostalgic, like who doesn't love Michael Gordon?
Yeah,
and it's not, dude. It's
not. We're not gonna Siskel and Ebert Space Jam, you know?
That's fine. That's fine.
At 9 years old, it was the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah,
and I'm still pissed that we never got Skate Jam with Tony Hawk. Damn it!
Oh my god!
It should have been an anthology series of all the different sports, and Wayne Gretzky should have gotten one.
Oh,
and, you know,
oh my god!
I'm sure. Oh boy.
Okay, let's do this. I'm excited. I'm moving up 46. Okay.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you, Ketchup Entertainment.
Of course.
And then bam, of course. Of course.
Warner Brothers, owned by the ACME Corporation.
Horribly injured by a product made by the ACME Corporation.
It's not your fault. There's
oh my god.
someone to blame.
The name of the case is Coyote versus ACME.
Wile E. Coyote. He is reckless. We all know who's responsible, and all of his injuries are self-inflicted.
Oh my god.
You've been settling ACME cases for years.
I could probably get you $250 for that.
This is your opportunity to really show people what you're capable of.
Oh lord.
Yeah, they do.
Oh no, John Cena.
ACME, you. Nothing to see here.
We really have nothing.
We both know it would be very unpleasant if anything bigger were to become public.
Foghorn would be that guy. He would be that guy.
You like barbecue or extra crispy?
Hell yeah!
Yes! Hell yeah!
Get the release in this film for account purposes only. We do not condone any of the storylines.
That's great.
The goat bugs.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
I'm looping that bad boy.
Yeah, Hector, you're right. This is the type of energy that you need to bring into these types of movies. It's like very aware, making fun of it. Well, and it's also like the subject matter of this movie is so hilarious when you understand the history of what this movie has also gone through. I'm like, that shit is ripe for a sequel now. Like you could make a sequel about that. That would be hilarious too. So this looks so good though.
It's so funny how like maybe I'm sure partly because of what this film has been going through too, but like the fact that part of this movie is like Will Forte is this underdog lawyer and he's saying like these companies think they can do whatever they want and we're sick of it. Man, does that message just not resonate so much right now? Like that, and again, whether or not they intended it to be that, I just want to support the hell out of this so bad because Will Forte's right. But I do love that there's like an underdog lawyer like a part of this plot that this guy's like
right.
Him and his team, we really have nothing. It looks great.
I'm always a little disappointed when it's cell shaded CG animation.
Same.
This looks like it's okay. This looks like it's okay. There's, you know, a few things that my eyes aren't adjusted to when it comes to the Looney Tunes because the way they're animated is so iconic. It's so good. But the premise looks so good. The action, the compositing, just like the cinematography, everything looks so solid that I'm like, you know what? You get a pass. If this is how we get Looney Tunes movies, if it feels like Chuck Jones, if it feels like all the old school cartoons, I'm like, okay, cool. Because that's really what's important. Like the animation kind of suffered in the 60s and I still watched it. So, you know, like I'm okay to give this one a shot too.
Animation,
so we've been there.
I agree.
Yeah, when it went to a TV budget and it got a lot more commercialized, it really changed Looney Tunes. But to see it in this format again, to maybe have it get the Muppets treatment in big movies and like, you know, be a little bit more commentary on things. I just want to see more Looney Tunes in the public again.
I know, man. I think I'll never be the person that just admits defeat to CG animation and go, well, it's 2026. That's the only way that movies like this can be made. There's not enough hand-drawn animators left. There's not enough people that have kept the craft going and that know how to do that Chuck Jones style of or Bob Clampett animation or whatever from back in the day. I'll never subscribe to that. I always think that if there's a will, there's a way to do hand-drawn animation and make it as amazing as it was. I understand also the realities of like, hey, for this movie to be greenlit, for this movie to have its budget approved, somebody somewhere decided the most efficient way for us to do this is to have CG characters, and that's the bottom line. And like we're saying, hopefully this thing is successful enough that the Looney Tunes as a brand can come back. Whether that means is like, I mean, they did some really fun shorts on HBO Max when HBO Max first came out. The Looney Tunes show, I think is what it was called. That's coming out on Blu-ray. I love that format, but if there's a possibility for them to do more movies, like you're saying, Adam, another sequel to this, or exploring the Looney Tunes pantheon. I mean, we're supposed to be getting a Speedy Gonzalez movie. That's supposed to be in the works. And I think that's a brilliant idea. And I still hope that we get like an Animaniacs film one day that's filmed right there on the Warner Brothers lot. They use the water tower and then they CG like it opening up and the Warner Brothers and sister come out. But for the Animaniacs movie, I want them to do hand-drawn animation the way that they have been. So hopefully like this does well enough that the studio involved goes, okay, now we can invest in, let's do the next one hand-drawn, or let's do the next Looney Tunes movie hand-drawn.
Listen, if you need any proof of concept that works, the Gorillas just put out an amazing short for their new album called The Mountain. And the short that they put out was a music video on 2 of their songs. And the style they wanted to do was 1960s Jungle Book. And they got heat, and it was hand-drawn, painted backgrounds. Absolutely everything is spot on. If you guys have time today, watch it. It's Gorillas, The Mountain, and The Sad God.
Nice.
And it's fucking phenomenal. It looks just like it came out of this. All hand-drawn, all done by artists, all supervised by the Line Animation, who has done the Gorillas artwork for such a long time. But for this one, they really fucking knocked it out of the park. Like, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That's really cool. Yeah, and I think the other thing that makes me excited, not exclusively, but like a part of what I feel like maybe they should lean into the marketing a little bit is like you've got people like Jeremy Slater, James Gunn attached to this. They did story passes. I think like in order to maybe, it sounds dumb to say, but to maybe give this movie a little bit more like credibility, not that it needs it, because celebrity. I think for us, like we're already sold just on the concept and on Looney Tunes itself. But I think for those audiences and those generations of people who didn't grow up on Looney Tunes and maybe, don't watch it and their parents didn't watch it, so they didn't grow up with it, that could be a selling point, is to, put those names on there from, this person, the co-creators of this thing, co-creators and co-writers of that show or that movie. Could also really help get, kind of butts in seats and motivate people to go see it. But like I think it looks really good. I think also now that we're at the time that we're at and technology is where it's at, making these movies is technically so much easier than it was with Who Framed Roger Rabbit and a lot of those other movies that did hybrid live action animation. So it's like, now's the time to really have fun with these types of movies. Make them, do them more often. Even if you don't make one every single year, maybe you make one every 3-4 years. I just want more of it out there. And if it can involve some of these classic characters, whether it's like the Looney Tunes or, like go into literally any vault, take your pick, go with any of these classic characters. Let's bring them back. I don't know. I think it's really cool to see some of these characters who like I loved growing up finally get, big screen adaptations after a little bit of a drought, a little bit of, having to go through movies that maybe aren't as good. But at the end of the day, I think like this movie, the only way we get more of it is if people show up to the theater. So I really hope people do.
I want whoever's involved as the higher ups or whatever's happening with Warner Brothers. I need the higher ups to realize the potential that they still have with all of these characters. And there was a reason why they were culturally iconic when they first came out. They were culturally iconic in the 90s, and they still can be that. Like they still have all of that potential. Specifically, I'm talking about my boy Bugs. Like my boy Bugs has the makings and the star power of any leading man in Hollywood right now. He has done it. He will do it. And I'm hoping whatever's going to happen to Warner Brothers, they see that and they want to do something exciting with Bugs leading and having the rest of the crew come along. I think that it's there. It's there. You just got to have the team to bring it up.
And thank you to Will Forte and the whole crew and cast and everybody who did make this possible. This looks like, this is the premise you should do with Looney Tunes. It is Wile E. Coyote suing the ACME Corporation for all of the defective, and you go, that's brilliant. That's such a good idea.
Workers' comp. Yeah, the whole.
I mean, it looks so.
OSHA violations.
This looks amazing. I want to see the Looney Tunes come back and be more popular than they have been in our adult lives. It feels like only the adult nerds are keeping Looney Tunes alive. Like I want to see this be huge.
It feels that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really, really does feel that way. I went to the Warner Brothers lot tour, and they had more adult merch than kids merch.
I know.
Like, that's where I got this damn shirt.
Here's the key.
That's where I got this damn shirt, on the lot tour.
When Coyote versus is out, they need to put out adult and kid clothing line where Wile E. Coyote looks like a cholo, looks like a gangster, just like the 90s. We need to bring that back. Just like
you mean just like the 90s? Yeah.
Oh my God. Just baggy jeans. Just
the Cholo Tweety Bird? Yeah.
Taz. Cholo Taz.
You guys remember that? Cholo Taz?
Oh, hell
the
yeah.
Raiders gear.
They don't make a joke about that in this movie. That's why you need Latinos in the writer's room. That's why somebody messed up if they don't do that.
I think we got to save that for the Bugs movie, though. I think that's got to be in the Bugs Bunny movie for sure. Because I don't know if Wile E. Coyote can pull that off.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be in the Bugs Bunny movie because he can. Bugs Bunny can pull off any.
Bugs is cool.
Any type of cosplay. I think he could pull that off. So that would be rad.
You're right.
That would be incredible.
Bring it back.
Oh, so good. Bring it back, dog.
If you invite us to the premiere for Coyote versus Acme,
I
promise you, the Heroes Reforged are going to show up decked out in that 90s Looney Tunes
I already
attire.
have the shirt.
So,
I already have
there you go.
the Cholo Bugs and Taz shirt. Like I'm already halfway there.
Oh my God. That would be incredible. Yep. I might have to find a way to dig up my old tracksuit from the 90s. My red and green, my red and teal tracksuit with the Looney Tunes on it. It'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
That'd be amazing.
Let's go.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What are you looking forward to seeing in this movie? And if they make more, what should they make? Let us know. I want to hear for some creative stuff from people. Check out everything else we're watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
That's why we are watching.